Hi, this is Carl with another super success tip for managed service providers. It's really important that as you begin to work with AI, that you are highly tuned into a very important rule. Do not forget the human element. Do not program out the human element. We all love automation to a point, but remember what it's like to be on the receiving end of automation. Now, right now, most of the chatbots and helper tools that you have, you program them and they basically are a front end for a search engine and they return the same, usually not very useful information, followed by a number of follow-ups, and if you're lucky, you get the answer you want. But most of you have probably had the experience that most of the tools you use are not very good. Someone has plugged in a chatbot, called it AI, and then delivered a pretty horrible experience. Very often we find ourselves repeating the same question, or no matter how we word the question, it picks up on a keyword and it gives us the 6 results over and over and over again, and there's no way to get a human being. Research shows us that 70% of all the people who are dissatisfied with customer service, their number one complaint is that they have to repeat the same information more than once, whether that is repeating it to a human or repeating it to a device. And again, you've seen this. You call the utility company or the cable company or whoever, and it says, oh, punch in your number, right? And then human being gets on the line, hey, thanks for calling, we care very much about you, put in your number. And your first question is, I just did this, why am I being asked for this again? So avoid those kinds of irritations. Right now, we're in the era of chatbots, but the era of large language model chatbots is right around the corner. There are some alternatives out there today, and if you're very, very lucky, you'll get one that works pretty well, does an actual search of a database, gives actually usable answers in a way that clients can actually benefit from. And if the goal is to reduce the number of dollars that you spend on having human beings answer this question, remember, you got to balance that with the cost of the service you're providing and the frustration level of the client. When we get to true AI chatbots that actually go out and can generate new information that didn't exist before, that'll be a whole different animal. But we're stepping into it one step at a time. And as you go through this, remember, you are training your clients about how these things work, and you're training your clients about whether or not they are getting a good, usable, enjoyable experience out of that. Very often, the exact opposite is true. Most of the time today, no matter what business I'm working with, when I get to a chatbot, I'm going to have a very frustrating experience with very few of them giving me an option to talk to a human being. And the bigger the corporation, the more likely it is I'm going to be unable to find a human being until I go to the chatbot and they pretend that that's a ticketing system. And eventually I say the right thing or put in the right words or whatever. I have enough frustration that somehow they say, well, call this number, or let us get in touch with you, we'll have somebody call you or something. Obviously, this is not a good experience for the end user. You should not be deploying services like that to your clients. You should not be helping them to buy and use such services. So if you're going to get into AI, if you're going to get into helping your clients with chatbots and so forth, just make sure that you get services that are actually going to work. And even if they work really great for some piece of the customer service model, remember, we are not down the road 6 generations. We are here today, and you need to keep it to a small amount of information that you know you can hit a home run with. And then the clients will be happy, and then they will use it, and then they will come back. And then you need to allow them to switch to human contact when they feel comfortable with it. Remember, you cannot force people to try new things. They will literally go to an alternative where they can talk to a human being. Until we get to the point where the service is top-notch up here, 98%, gives good information, gives usable information all the time, no matter what the question is. Until we're there, you need to make sure that you give people the option to get better information, whether that is going to a human being on a call or going to a human being on a chat. You know, everybody now can tell that they have an automated chat because it comes up instantly. Hey, this is blah, blah, blah. I'm here to help you. And blah, blah happens to be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in 1 minute, in 60 seconds. But then if you want actual human interaction with a chatbot, well, oh, that's 9 to 5 or something like that. People know this. Your clients are not stupid. And remember, if you're going to sell these services, they have to experience that you know how to sell them and make them work in your company first. So this is a whole new world that we're finding ourselves in, and we have to make sure that we do a good job of presenting good tools that provide good information and a good overall experience. If we give up that experience now, people will literally just go somewhere else, and there will be a long delay in people accepting chatbots that are built on large language models or AI, simply because their first 2 or 6 or 8 experiences were so horrible. Something to keep in mind as you move into the future and figure out exactly how you're going to make money with AI and the new tools and new services that are coming to the market every day, every month, and certainly next year. For Small Biz Thoughts, this is Carl Palachuk wishing you the best of luck in everything you do.